Here I am in the composting area. I'm going to do a little more harvesting. I actually took out the Teton Davidus tomatoes this morning. Put them on the windowsill to further ripen because the vine is dead. It took like 3 days. All the leaves fell off and the vine died. And these are ground cherries. This is a volunteer that came up. Been snacking on those the whole time. Probably the last 2 weeks. Every time I come in here. So, got tomatoes down here. This is also a volunteer tomato. Looks like it's on its last legs. That's it with determinate tomatoes. They all kind of ripen at once. And that's it. It's all done. A couple of green ones here. I'll put those on the windowsill and see if they ripen. A couple more. I'll just throw this over into the hazelnut grove thicket. I can get rid of this. I was using this cover to protect the carrots and the radish seeds that I planted for a time. Row cover. I had it there because propping up those tomatoes, but no, that tomato vine is gone. So I can bring that out of here. I got a couple of determinate tomatoes in here that I'm gonna pick the last of. This one's got 3 left. This last one has been a really good one. It's produced a lot of tomatoes. It's got a beautiful color to it. Very juicy. This one here, this one actually still has leaves, so it might be an indeterminate. Oh yeah, it's got blossoms yet. This one in here is a determinate because it's dead. Time to make salsa again tomorrow. I got another batch that I stored up already from earlier in the week. This plant right here, I'm getting a lot of that wilt happening on the leaves, but this one here seems pretty clean. And it's not a red berry, it's a kind of a greenish yellow. Oh, I didn't realize there were so many of them that were ripe. They kind of hide on you. That's the kind of color it is. Oh, there's one that actually is kind of split open and rotten a little bit. Look at that. Those look pretty nice right there. I'll chew into one. You can see what it looks like inside. Ooh, squirted all over. I don't want that. I don't want to waste any juice. That's what it looks like inside. It's really sweet too. Wow. Of course I knew that because I've been eating them. Oh, here's a bunch. These guys, I like it when it's got these circle cracks on them. It gives them a lot of character. See the bottoms of them? Look at this. Look at that. I can do 7 pints in my canner. It looks like I'm going to have enough tomatoes for 2 rounds. I've got 35 now. That'll get us to 49. These green tiger ones are ripe. I put a bunch of corn, ground corn on them because it's supposed to kind of slow down that wilt. You can see it on them. This Cherokee Carbon, this is the last tomato. That Cherokee Carbon also produced just a ton of tomatoes. Lots and lots and lots. You kind of wipe that ground corn off of here. And this is a pretty tomato too. I actually had one that fell off and was all green. I put it in the windowsill and it turned out to be just like this one. Look at that. Gorgeous. Admiration. That vine is done. Oh no, there's one more green one left yet. And it does have a little bit of leaf left to it on that side, so we'll leave that go just a little longer. I've got some here that are getting predated on, or one at least. These red ones are really good sweet tomatoes too. They're little. They're delicious. Delicious. Couple more over here. And that vine is growing on, so it's indeterminate. Okay, one more look. Now that the tomatoes are dying back, but the peppers on the other side are really starting to leaf out and fruit. Now there's another timing aspect to this. You get the tomatoes, and when they start to die out, especially the determinates, now it releases the sun to get down to the floor, to get down to the peppers, and now the peppers go crazy. We'll take that anytime. I got more tomatoes in the composting area here. I gotta move the camera to get at them. One reason why I'm picking them is because this is what I found this morning on the ground. A rodent has eaten a tomato. So I set a bunch of traps. Actually, I did the other day, and I caught like 3 or 4, but I'm kind of rotating them around this direction now. So before we harvest these tomatoes in here, look at the peppers. You can see them now. They are really growing luxuriantly. They were suppressed all the while. Now they've been released. There's a nice one right here that's getting bigger. You can see that right there. Here's a couple of them. There's jalapenos. These are supposed to be red, so I gotta leave them on there for a while. Prolific. So here's a whole bunch of them here. This one plant's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 peppers on it right now. Here's the tomato that dropped from on me before. Here's the one that split. Looks like it's got rotten. I commented on it that there was one in there that was getting rotten. That was it. Yeah, nothing else in here. Lots of green tomatoes on this little one. That's good. Okay. I'll bring you outside of the gate here. We is gonna fill up this bowl. going to take both of these, since I don't know if the rodent is going to come in here again tonight or not. So I'll take them that are just almost about to ripen. I can put them on the windowsill. Here's my what I like to eat. The yellow ones here I'm going to eat those too. I've been keeping up with those. Got these teeny little red ones. I use those for dehydrating. I dehydrated my first batch of tomatoes a couple days ago. What I do is I dehydrate them. I cut them in half. These little ones I cut in half. The little bit larger cherry tomatoes I'll cut in 3s, sometimes 4s. And dehydrate them about halfway, maybe a little more than halfway. I want them to remain soft and pliable. And then I put them in a jar and fill the jar up with olive oil. And it keeps like that for a long time. And I use it all winter long to cook eggs in the morning. Okay, we've got all the tiny ones in here. I'll show you how tiny they are. Look at that. Well, that looks like it's it. Since it's so hot, this achira is just growing like crazy too. I never had it grown this high. This one over here, I bet you it's 7 feet high now. And when more heat is predicted here, that sucker's going to keep growing. Okay, this is my tomato harvest right here. Look at that. That's a nice one. I got this or more already in the refrigerator from a couple days ago. So, alright. Thank you for watching.